I've been learning Latin lately using Lingua Latina, and I found this great recording of it on YouTube. But there were some issues with it, and I found some interesting ideas from Professor Alexander Arguelles on processing the audio that you're using to learn a language. So I wanted to put this out to build on what he already said. So the particular series that I've been using has some inconsistencies with the recording. So you can see here, chapter 3 is relatively loud, but then chapter 8 is very, very quiet. And that's not the most convenient for listening in sequence, because I don't really want to mess with the volume. I just want it to be consistent. That was my main goal, is to just get everything to be the same without having to fine-tune it by hand. So I think I landed on something, and I want to take you through that process. And I'll do it on chapter 8 here because of some other things too. And the other thing I want to build on from Professor Arguelles is that when he showed his process, he didn't mention macros. But this has been really helpful for me. It cuts down on a lot of the busy work. So first I'll just show you how to make a macro. Before I do that, I'll say I'm not using Audacity. I'm using Tenacity, but it's the same thing. It's just a fork of Audacity before it was bought by whoever bought it. So I just use this so that I don't have to sign up for Muse. But the functionality should be the same. So you can just click New to make a new macro. Enter a name, and it will, well, I'll just show you. And then you can click Insert here to add a command from this alphabetical list. And let me delete that. Okay, well, I'll remove it later, I guess. There we go, it's gone. So once you have your commands in there, if you want to change a setting, for example, if I click Edit here and I want to change one of these things here, that would be how you do it. But essentially what I came up with, and I'm no audio engineer, certainly not a professional, so this was all just arrived at through messing around with the different settings. Almost all of the settings on these are at the default. So I started with loudness normalization. That seemed to make the rest of my results be consistent. So then I just added a compressor, a limiter, dynamic compressor, filter EQ, normalize, and then threw a truncate on the end. But obviously you'll have to figure out what works best for your audio. I have tested this on other unrelated recordings, and it seems to work out pretty well across the board. So I think the only non-factory default setting that I have is that on the filter EQ, I went to factory presets and did 100 hertz rumble. I tried low roll-off, but I was slightly happier with the 100 hertz rumble, so that's what I went with. Everything else is the same. I think there may be one where let's just go through the... I think I marked normalized stereo channels independently, and I don't even know if that actually had an effect, but I think that's the only thing I changed. Everything else should be at the default settings. So I'm going to run it, and then I will show you what I do after the pre-process. So you just go to Apply Macro. Okay, and that's the pre-process done. The next thing I want to show is if you go and you can do multi-view or spectrogram. For the sake of it showing up on video, I'll just do spectrogram. But you should be able to see to the 10-minute mark on this particular recording is, I think his computer fan spun up or something, but there is this high-pitched whine for a little bit in the recording. So to fix that, you can just click and drag in the spectrogram view, try to get that black bar on the tone that you're trying to get rid of, and you can adjust the margins. We'll go back to that in a sec. All right, there, and then I just got it as thin as I possibly could. I don't think zooming in actually helps at all. That should be good. And then there's an effect called spectral delete. So just click that, and it should get rid of the tone, and you don't really lose any comprehensibility in the audio. So then the last thing I would do is find, it might actually help to go back to waveform here, find a long section that just has dead air. Actually, I will go to multi-view here, and you can kind of see the noise in the recording. So what I would do, since there's some pops here, I'll avoid that, but if you just select a bit of noise and go to Effect, Noise Reduction, get Noise Profile, and then just select everything, Effect, Noise Reduction, and again, default settings. If you want to hear what you're getting rid of, you can preview the residue. Interesting, what was that? It's playing from the beginning. So anyway, just keep it on default, reduce, and that'll get rid of the noise. And when I was testing this on a much older and more decayed audio file, I did notice that it reduced the noise the first time on the default settings, but I actually kind of still wasn't happy with it. So I just repeated the same steps again. I didn't fiddle with the settings or anything. I just got a new noise profile, reduced it again, and then I was happy with the results. That should do it. It's pretty clean now. Obviously, we have some pops and things like that. Now, there are tools. Not sure where they are. Click removal, that might be it. But I don't use the automated tools for getting rid of those clicks and pops. Basically, from here, what I would do is just in Tenacity, I would go to the beginning, play it straight through. I don't view that as any kind of loss of time, because the whole purpose of processing this audio is I expect to listen to it multiple times. So this is just my first listen through, and when I come up to a pop or a click or something that I want to cut out, I just go in and select that and then hit delete. So I think that just about covers everything I ended up doing. So I hope these ideas help you process your own language learning audio.